Well, let's see who didn't go to church today. Mhm. Well, I grew up Catholic. I remember going to church. And boy, it was like going to the dentist most of the time. Uh, let's see, what do we have now? Oh, people around. People are up, ready to work or get something done in their life. And that's, I tell you the truth, the way I live, I don't know the difference between Saturday or Sunday or Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever. And it's sort of fun. I don't have kids that go to school. that was the one thing. Or I used to wait for Friday movies to come out. And that doesn't really happen as much as anymore. People don't go to movies like they used to. More likes can attract viewers. Keep it up. Thank you. Happy Father's Day. Yes, I became a father by accident and probably the best thing that ever happened to me. Yeah, it's the only thing in life I found that was better than I thought it would be. You know, I was married twice before. We talk about kids or whatever, and we ask friends about kids, what do they think? And they say, well, the good outweighs the bad. And I think, geez, you mean you do something on purpose and there's bad to it? Why are you doing that? Then we got pregnant by accident and decided to give it a whirl. It's terrific. So we had another one. So we have two boys, and now they have, one has two grandchildren, and the other has one. And they're all like 1-year-old, 2-year-old, 4-year-old, in that range. Two of the kids live down the street, another one is about 2 hours away. So they're pretty cool. So now I'm a great granddad. And the fun thing about being a granddad is watching my sons enjoy the process of having a child. And that's the joy. The kids are fun too, because I can try to make them laugh with my tacky granddad jokes. They used to be dad jokes, now they're granddad jokes. Because I see my kids using the same jokes, just like I stole a lot of jokes from my father and still use them. And my kids are doing the same thing. But at least they have the spirit and the jovial nature. And that's what kids like, I think, the best, is spirit and jovial nature. And there's very little of that, unless you watch cartoons. That's why kids love cartoons, because they love jovial nature. That's why if your dad is jovial nature, then you're a cartoon, and you're important in their life. That's my feeling, but only because it comes natural to me. And I love doing it. I remember your infomercials back in the 90s. That's right, they don't work anymore. So you gotta live. I'm living long. So I gotta find new ways. And this is working better now than ever. I mean, I sold millions of books and was on all kind of famous talk shows and all that kind of stuff at the time, because that's how you sold books. And I used to sell the books. They're like directories of government programs, and people would buy the book, but they wouldn't do anything. Man, and that really frustrated me. This stuff is not, worth anything unless you do something. And having a big book, they didn't know what to do, and so they just used it as a door stopper for their screen door or something like that. But now, what we have is Let's Go Help, and it's taking that 50 years of what I learned about government programs and putting it available for people to use in a very practical way. We got more people being satisfied in getting money and help to solve financial problems, any kind of financial problems. It's just not, to pay your rent or something like that. No, it's to do something better in life and to contribute more in life. And that's what these programs are for, to get you a better job. And you don't have to have a college degree anymore to get a good, decent, high-paying job, to support your family. And something that's fun. I mean, now the work that's available, for people without degrees in healthcare and IT and manufacturing. Now, manufacturing, man, when I grew up in the 50s or whatever, manufacturing jobs were big muscle jobs. You look around steel or cars or all that kind of stuff, Now it's push-button jobs. The robots do all the thing. And now we need a lot of people in these new factories that are opening up, that make computer chips. So anybody can lift up computer chips. You can't lift up a Ford Torino. But we need people that are trained, and that does not require a college degree. You don't need, 4 years of algebra and English, to do that. But you do need training. And so that's why without a college degree, now the government is training people for free. Actually, they're paying you to train. They need people so badly. I mean, you can make a decent wage. You're not going to make $1 million, but you get your living expenses for 6 months or a year, whatever it takes to train you for a job that will wind up $100,000 a year without sitting in English class and paying $100,000. No, you want them to pay you $100,000, not you to pay someone $100,000. And that's what's available now in government programs, but are not advertised, and that's a downfall of the government. They don't know how to advertise, and when people go to try to find out what's there, they go to Google, and that's the kiss of death. That's a shark-infested cesspool. It's only there for people who have money to spend to solve these problems, because it's all about spending money, and that's what Let's Go Help is. Every website we give you will never ask you for money. You hear that? You ask us, what you tell us what you need money for, and we'll show you websites where you live that will never ask you for money and just give you help. Now, everyone doesn't give you help and things like that, so it's like getting a job. You have to find the right place. And so you may have to make a dozen calls, may have 2 dozen calls. But man, if somebody's going to give you money to learn how to get a $100,000 a year job, you can make 3 dozen calls, 4 dozen calls. What the hell you have better to do in life except improve your own life? And you're not going to do that by swimming around in Google, and you're Googling in circles is what happens. I mean, all of us. I mean, you really want to do something, and you go to Google trying to find out. Oh man, you're going to get so frustrated. Then the first pretty face that you run into that promises you, they all promise you, but how many can really deliver, And then plus it's going to cost you money anyway. And you don't have money. That's why you're Googling. That's why you're looking for somebody for help, for grant. You don't have money. So that's why Google to me is only for people who have money. Okay, and if you don't want to give us money, we charge $20. And by the way, the 3 hours, I just noticed on our schedule here for workshops. We have workshops by members. Now there's some right here. Charity, she's a workshop giver. Megan, a workshop giver. Michelle, a workshop giver. Tammy, wow, she's a workshop owner. These are just some of the people that go on Let's Go Help and help other members for free. And they share with you how they figured out the system. Because to me, that's better than me telling you about it. Because they're more like you. They just find out recently and just started doing this, and they're not in business to try to make a living like I am. They're doing this the goodness of the heart. Now, we give us stipends to help them, but they're not like employees. They're members. They just have to pay subscriptions. They're members. They do this because they love helping people, and that's what we're all about. And I can't wait to get up every morning to do more of that, and then to have people surrounding me that feel the same way and volunteer their time to do this that's another reason why we have grants, that we give out grants to members. If we make money, you're making the profit, not us, and that's what we do. So we give out almost like $70,000 every month to grants. Now we cut it down a little these last 2 months because of have problems with our credit card processor system. We pulled the rug out from underneath us and screwed us over for a while. So to make sure that we stay in business, we have to cut back on places. And so we cut back on some of the grants. And applications still coming in. We had a deadline yesterday for one of our applications for the car repair. The next deadline for the application is rent grant, and that deadline is on the 20th. So the 20th of June is the rent grant. Then on the 30th of June, we give out 25 free laptop computers. Then on the 4th of July, we have another one. And what the heck? We have another program. Yeah, I think we're going to test something for the 4th of July, or actually later this month. We're going to have an offer where people could try us for $1. So stay tuned for that. You could try us for $1 for 5 days for $1. You could bleed us dry for 5 days and then run away and never worry about it again. Yeah. And it's our pleasure to do that. It's just all about trying to educate people about what's there, because the rich people know this stuff. They've been using it for years. That's how I found out about this stuff, helping millionaires become billionaires, which was boring to me after a while. Once I saw that, I said, God, why doesn't everybody know this? So after I did that, my first successful business, I had 2 other non-successful businesses. We all have to go out and fail. If you want to grow, you got to fail. So get your ass out there and fail. That's the only way you're going to grow. Grow through failure. You can't. It's like learning to swim you can't go in a classroom and learn to swim. You got to get your ass in the water. You get a full mouthfuls of water to see, ooh, that doesn't work. But they told me it would work. No. Or you want to play football and you go right out in the field and get your ass kicked. No, you got to work up to this, And the only way you really learn is by doing it yourself. Experts, they may or may not help. And most of the times not. So that's why it's best not to pay experts, because you don't know if they're going to work or not. And so why waste your money? And they all have examples of people who did this and blah, 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 blah. That's easy to do. And so you're convinced. And that's why a lot of people say, well, do you have any samples of people? We got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. But it doesn't matter. That's why I feel the people that are on the 3 hours that's just every day. So every day we have at least 2-3 hours of members that will help you through this process. And this is doing God's work in my mind. So that's what Sunday's about. It's all about servicing God, right? and from my biased viewpoint, that's what they do, because they're helping people and show them how to help themselves. And I think that's what we all have. And see, most of our society is about someone making you believe that they know more than you do. And so they could charge you a lot of money to tell you their secrets. There are no fucking secrets in life, man. Everybody's struggling. And some people get lucky sooner or later. And sure, if you call that a secret, but no, it's open to anybody. You got to get out there and struggle. and that's what, to me, the navigators, we call them. These are government grant navigators that are there to help you navigate through this system. That's the way to learn it. You can't, learn how to swim just telling you what to do with your arms sitting in a chair in a classroom. No. So they tell you, okay, here are the places where I went. Here are the places how I did it. Go and do it. If that doesn't work, then come back. We'll show you again. Okay? That's the only way this thing is going to work for you. It doesn't work that you're going to get one application and fill it out and get a check in the mail next Thursday. That may work, but most of the time it won't. So you get lucky and it works, okay? But the rest of us have to go through the schlep of doing it, and the fears the unknown fears we have in our head. I'm afraid. One of our great people, Charity, she was afraid to call the government, and she probably danced around that for 6 months before she got up to call. Now she just is crazy and calls all the time. She can't wait to call somebody. And she learned the secret about being nice to people. That's all it takes. You just have to ask for help and be nice. That's pretty good. That's all you have to know. You don't have to know magic. You don't have to know anything. And you may or may not get the help. It's like asking for a job. You ask for a job and be nice. Actually, somebody's calling. Let me check this phone. It's one of our phones that opens the door downstairs. So somebody maybe was trying. Well, maybe they'll try again. I can't be everywhere all the time. So that it is, and that's why the people that we have here, that are members, that helping other members get through the initial shock, because nobody trains you to do this. They train you to do research maybe, but that's just a start. You have to follow through, and that's when things happen. It's like if I told you somebody was hiring, and I gave you the name, and if you didn't go down and ask, you're not going to get hired. And there's no guarantee you're going to get it. We cannot guarantee anybody is definitely going to get money. The government or the people giving out the money are the only people that can guarantee you'll get the money. We could just guarantee these programs are real and they're there. And over 100 million people use them every year. And the government gives out an average of $25,000 in these programs every year to the average family in America. Okay, it's for every income, every age. There's no requirement. You say, I make too much money. They said, well, that's for that program. Like for rent. If you go, like in my zip code, if you go to Find Help, you don't need me. Find Help and put in rent in your zip code, and I get 212 organizations where I live that help people pay rent. And if you think you found everything by asking one person or one office, and they said no, you haven't asked. You can't say there's no rent grants. You got 200 more places, to check, and that's what all of life is. One place that doesn't want to hire you, well, you got hundreds of places to check, and that's why it takes that energy from you, and that's what these members are doing. For 3 hours today, they'll be there to help you get the energy and the knowledge and lick your wounds if you have them or whatever, and give you some reassurance that this shit is there. I got it. You can't believe a clown like me. That's why I think they're the backbone of what this can be. Is that lovely, loving people that want to help other people, and that is incredible. And I remember when Tammy was probably the first one like this we had, and she was so enthusiastic. She was really more of a pain in the ass, I thought. But no, pain in the asses are people that are really helping people. I had to change my attitude about all that, and realize the beauty and how adorable that is, and how loving that is. And we need more of Tammys, not less. And that's why we're all have biasnesses in our mind for no reason at all. It's hard to keep an open mind because we all get beat up out there. No matter what you do in life, people are going to say you're, I walk around town like this all day and talk about strange things. And it took a lot for me to really get comfortable doing it. And now I miss it if I don't have it. Because this is me inside, and if I have that showing outside, if you like this, I'm going to like you. So that's it. You think I'm an asshole? If you don't like this, then we're saving each other lots of time. We don't have to talk to each other. There's lots of other people that you probably like. But this is the real me. I used to wear fancy Italian suits and shit like that because I was a clothes horse. Then I got into funky, and the funky's cheaper. I get suits for like a couple $100 now. They used to be thousands. That's stupid. And I have more fun. People look at me and they smile. Wow, I could get people to smile just by looking at me. What a day. I walk down the street and people look at me and smile. Man, what could nicer be happen to me than that? I mean, it's just incredible how this has changed my life so much. And it just took, I always had it in my head as a kid and never had the courage till my 50s. And now, man, I'm never going back. And that is, so when you go to Let's Go Help too, see, we're also on Facebook, but Facebook is so full of scammers and things like that. And by the way, there are other people who pretend they're me and try to sell you information about grants. Anybody who charges you more than $20, then you know right away that's not me. We only charge $20. That's it. No more upsells, no nothing, just $20. $20 you have everything you need. And you have access to Michelle, you have access to Tammy, you have access to Charity, you have access to Megan, you have access to all these people that volunteer to help other members. And they'll be live. You can ask them a question and you learn from other people asking questions. So these are Zoom calls. So you'll see other people asking questions and getting their answers, getting the websites or whatever. And that's how you learn, because they're in your predicament too, trying to make this stuff work, okay? And these people are just, to me, the gold standard of what humans should be, that they want to help other people more than anything. But you really, don't forget, you have to help yourself first. Learn how to fish, like learning how to fish. Yes, it is. Exactly. And first of all, you learn how to make yourself with income comfortable enough so you can help other people. So that's the first thing. Let us help you find out what you need to get a secure kind of living and take care of your debt and expenses and things like that. And then you start helping other people. But if you can't help yourself, it's hard to give. And so it's important. And then you have other members that you could give to. And that's what's so important. Happy you left the fat. Well, fat cats are not fun. All they worry about is money. Jesus Christ. And it's and they don't even need the money. That's what got me out of helping rich people. They don't even need the money. Why the hell am I helping them? But the problem was, in the beginning, they'll pay for anything if they can make money, right? So I could charge them, and like what I'm charging now for $20, I should charge $2,000. It was nothing to these people. And it's the same thing. I said, how can I do that? By only charging $20. Well, now with technology, I'm able to do that. Before I did it with books, so that's the cheapest I get. But that's $40, and then people got the books and didn't do anything. So that was a little frustrating too. So now, in the community, see, and it's not because of me, it's because of Michelle, it's because of Megan, it's because of Tammy, it's because of all these other people that are helping you one-on-one, that make the difference. That's why I don't know how long I'll be here, but I'll be disappearing eventually. And I see, man, this could keep going because of you and you helping other people. And there is nothing, and don't trust me on all this stuff. I'm an old fart, and certainly I didn't think like this at 30. And there's nothing more satisfying in life than helping others. And that grows your heart at any age, any time. So that's why, to me, I feel the only thing I want to grow now is my heart, because I can't grow anything else except hair where I don't want it. and it's we all can do that at any age, and that's by helping others. Yeah. Good morning, everywhere. There's Julio. See, Julio is another God sent, an angel that comes down and wants to help you learn what he learned on how to get this stuff working for him. My husband passed away in January and left with nothing, help for widows. Yes, I mean, first thing I would do, if your husband passed away, your widow locally, or whatever, is go to Career One Stop, careeronestop.org. Okay, tell him that you have to create income now because your husband isn't there. So you want to do that. I don't know how old you are. But another thing you want to do is make an appointment with a financial counselor, a free financial counselor, and that's hud.gov/counseling, hud.gov/counseling. Happy Father's Day. Yes, all the dads. Yeah, I got 2 boys and 2 boys that are dads to 3 other little people who are on their way to learn our tacky jokes. We had another win in our group last week. $25,000 grant. Wow, Megan, what was that for? Was that a rent grant? See, Megan, she helps people get grants. And also, if you get Truist, wow. So it sounds like a grant from Truist to do something. Wow, that's terrific, Megan. See, Megan there, she'll pick her brain. She's doing this all the time, helping other people like this. Wow, wow. Do you know what they were trying to do with the grant, Megan? Ethel Grant. Hiya, Ethel Grant. Tammy. Do you remember what she was trying to do with 25,000, or he? Happy Father's Day. Thank you, Sarah. And it is veterans housing. Oh, for veterans. Oh, wonderful. Yeah. And so, see, yeah, every bank has these big foundations that give out money. You know, and that's what Megan has been working with this kind of stuff for many years. So that's why she's here. Ask her. As I see, if you go to Google to ask for help like that, they're going to charge you thousands. I used to be those people. and that's what, you don't have to charge all that money. You have to get out there and do it, though. That's the important thing. I need help with a first-time buyer. I have no down payment. That's okay. There's a lot of programs, but they're going to take digging to find programs for first-time home buyers. And don't go to Google to find out. Don't go to real estate agents or anything. I mean, they may know it a little bit, but they're going to get you into something that'll get you to buy a house, so they make a commission. You got to know your options first, and then you could get those involved. The way to learn your options is to start talking to nonprofit organizations, and you could do that by going to findhelp.org and put in home buyers. And then you'll find local nonprofit organizations that are just set up to help you buy a home if you don't have much money, okay? I believe that was for their furnishings. Oh, wonderful. Oh, that's terrific, man. Wonderful. Listen, I got to run, and actually I got to exercise, and got a lot of other things to do today. Yes, happy Father's Day. Thank you, man. Can you contact me? Okay. It's hard to get help in Texas. Well, it's hard anywhere. Maybe, and some are a little easier than others, but they all have basically the same program. You just got to beat on a little more in some places than in other places. And that's what's important. But thank you also very much for opening my heart and making my life just the best part of my life I've ever had. And I've been around 81 years. So I can't believe that I'm having more fun and more satisfaction helping more people now than ever before. Thank you so much. Love you all.